You see they're dry. You see there's no marrow in the bone. You see they're scattered all over the valley. They ain't even full skeletons. I mean, the bones are scattered all over the valley. They're just bones. But answer me a question, Ezekiel. Can these bones live? Ezekiel answers the only way he knows how to answer. Lord, you know. Critical race theory was born out of critical legal theory. Am I teaching y'all something today? There emerged two common beliefs linking all critical race theories. First, white supremacy has subordinated black people and other people of color. That's just a fact. How in the world are you going to fight against that being taught in any school? White supremacy has subordinated black people and other people of color. That's a fact. Why don't you want that to be taught in school? You let your schools teach us that Columbus discovered America. That's a lie. You let your schools teach us that George Washington couldn't tell a lie. That's a lie. You let your schools teach us that some slave owners were beneficent and good slave owners. There were no good slave owners. Anybody who owned people was evil. That's a lie. You let your schools teach us that Abraham Lincoln was good for Negroes. No, Abraham Lincoln was trying to save the Union. And Abe Lincoln himself said if he could save the Union and keep black people in chains, he would do it. That's a lie. Come on, somebody. You let them teach us about a white Jesus. You let them teach us that Native Americans were the aggressors. Come on, somebody. That white folk had a manifest destiny and that the pilgrims were good to Native Americans. That's a lie. All day, every day, you let them teach us lies. All throughout my history in school, I was taught lies. But you got a problem with critical race theory because it teaches the truth that white supremacy has subordinated black people and people of color. The right to bear arms. Let me just back up a little bit and let me take you on back to the late 1960s when Ronald Reagan was the governor of California. And they were oppressing black folk, and a group of men and women known as the Black Panther Party decided that they were going to defend the rights of black folk. And the Black Panthers decided that the Second Amendment wasn't just for white folk. So they strapped themselves with guns and showed up at the Capitol in California. And when they saw them Negroes with guns, come on, somebody. That's why I say if you ever really want to get gun laws changed, just strap all these Negroes up. They'll change them laws before the week is over. When the Black Panthers, watch this, I want you to read, the California legislator passed what was called the Mulford Act. It was a gun control act that decided who could get guns, who couldn't get guns, what could be in your background, what couldn't be in your background. It was the first time in history that the National Rifle Association, the NRA, supported restrictive gun legislation, all because black folk had the nerve to get strapped. Look at your neighbor and say, neighbor, go get strapped. Amen, somebody. Y'all gonna say Bishop told us to get strapped. I said it. Go get strapped. It just got real quiet up in here. But y'all already know I'm a triple P. Amen. Y'all know what a triple P is, right? A pistol packing preacher. Amen, somebody.
The essence of life is growth, but the essence of growth is change. The being in the road will be the end of the road if you refuse to change.
Reach a little higher, reach a little higher, dig a little deeper, dig a little deeper, go a little further, go a little further. Don't stop. Come on, come on, come on. Reach a little higher, come on, yeah. Dig a little deeper, dig a little deeper, go a little further, go a little further. Don't stop. Come on, don't stop. The essence of life is growth, but the essence of growth is change. The being in the road will be the end of the road if you refuse to change. Your life will never change until you get disgusted with where you are. Whatever you don't hate is what you tolerate. You must learn from the past, plan for the future, and live for today. For it is your daily routine that determines your success or failure in life. It's the choices that you have made up to this point that will determine the rest of your life. So break the cycle that doing enough is simply good enough. You only get out what you put in, so don't settle for the crumbs when you can have a whole lot. So push yourself beyond your limitations. Come on. Reach a little higher, reach a little higher, dig a little deeper, dig a little deeper, go a little further. Don't stop, don't stop. Come on, don't reach stop. A little higher, reach a little higher, dig a little deeper, dig a little deeper, go a little further, go a little further. Don't stop, don't stop, don't stop, don't stop. So you gotta break the routine of trying to beat the system. Manipulators will always try to bypass the process for the quick progress. There are no shortcuts to success. There are no elevators to the top. You gotta take it one step at a time. You gotta break the routine of allowing others to get into your head to control who you are and where you're going. You see, when you're about the positive, you're gonna always have haters. But don't let your haters push you down, let your haters push you forward to the next level. So when people show you who they really are, don't perceive them to be something else that they're not. See, a zebra does not change his stripes. So you gotta keep pushing yourself to the next level. Yeah, there you go. Come on. Go a little deeper. Come on. Yeah. Go a little further. Go a little further. Don't stop. Come on. Don't stop. Come on. Yeah. Reach a little higher. Reach a little higher. Dig a little deeper. Dig a little deeper. Go a little further. Go a little further. Don't stop. Come on. Come on. Come on. You got to understand that greatness is the nature that you were born out of. You'll never discover your greatness without hard work and dedication. Greatness says more about who you are and what you expect for yourself. And greatness will always attract greatness. Show me your friends and I'll show you the future. You're just a step away. You're just a step away. You're just a step away. Don't ever give up. Come on. You're just a step away. You're almost there. Come on. You got to push yourself beyond your limitations. You see, there's no mountain too high, no valley too low. You can go where you want to go. It's all in the power of your imagination. If you can see the invisible, you can do the impossible. So stretch yourself. Take yourself to the next level. Come on, come on, come on. Reach a little higher. Dig a little deeper. Go a little further. Come on, come on, come on. Don't stop, come on. Reach a little higher. Dig a little deeper. Go a little further. Don't stop, don't stop, don't stop. Come on, yeah. Come on. Come on. Blessings are coming your way. Go with
90.7 WTCC, right around the corner. There's a blessing waiting on you. Good morning, TGIF. Happy Friday. Good to be with you. Welcome, 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 welcome to the Black Love Experience. I want to give a shout out to the founder and longtime host of this program, former Representative Ben Swan. Good morning, Uncle Ben. Hope you get well very soon. Looking forward to chopping it up with you. very, 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 very soon. Listen. I haven't had a chance to deal with the issue. A lot of stuff has been going on. We had the homegoing celebration for Bishop Talbert Swan the First. Lenten season is here. Lift Every Voice lecture series is here. Just a whole lot that has been going on. And in the middle of all of that, we had this tragedy down in Mexico. And I'm going to talk a little bit today about the dangers of medical tourism. Listen, people. Unless surgical procedures are absolutely necessary, it's my humble opinion. It's your body. You do what you want with your body. I get that. I understand that. Just giving my unsolicited advice is to seek natural remedies to the issues. Change your diet, exercise, put in the work that's necessary. Going to these various nations where cheap procedures are available has been tragic over and over and over and over again. And you have to ask yourself, is it worth the risk? Is it worth the risk? Especially if it's cosmetic. You know, if it's about looks and appearance and, cosmetics and all of that, is it worth the risk? Very tragic situation that happened in Mexico. We're going to talk about it after a short spoken word break coming up. Tell a friend, tell somebody. The Bishop is on the air right now. I need you to rep your city, rep your town. Welcome to everybody in the Pioneer Valley, everybody listening in the Valley, Massachusetts, Vermont, New Hampshire, Connecticut, wherever you're listening from across the Valley. Welcome to those who are listening across the nation and the world via the World Wide Web. Rep your city, rep your town. I already see some folks who have already been repping. Houston is always repping. New Jersey is in the house. Houston's in the house a few times. Lafayette, Louisiana is in the house. Shout me out. Let me know what part of the nation or the world you're chiming in from. Would love to know where our listeners are. And then do me a favor, like, share, subscribe, share it. Let people know you're listening to the Bishop. Tell them to get on right now so we can have this conversation and chop it up. Shout out to everybody who came out to support the Lift Every Voice lecture series on last evening. Fantastic time. We had gifted, talented individuals who came through to do what they do. That Aaron St. Louis and his spoken word piece, Diane Caldwell with her dance presentation, the incomparable one and only Pastor J.P. Morgan Jr., and that unique voice of his, who rendered us musical selections. And of course, we were blessed with the empowering ministry of Teslin Figaro, who challenged us on last evening. I'll play a clip of what happened last night just to tease y'all who weren't there so you know what you did miss, okay? Because if you think you didn't miss nothing, you did. All right, 413-736-2781, 413-736-2781. Let somebody know the Bishop is on the air. We're coming right back. Don't you go nowhere.
I look in the mirror and I like what I see. A strong, beautiful black woman staring back at me. One who's seen a lot of pain and had her share of sorrow, but who never gave up hope for a brighter tomorrow. I've been lied to, cheated on, stolen from, and hit, but it just made me stronger, and I refuse to quit. That's right. And though I've been tempted, I refuse to stoop to their level. Don't go down. I rose above that nonsense and made a liar of the devil. All right now. The devil who said I wasn't good enough, cute enough, or worthy of love, I kicked his butt with divine power from above. Power that says I can do all things through Christ, which strengthens me and brought me out of darkness so that I could see that I'm smart, I'm beautiful, I'm a child of the King. Abundant love for me, He came to bring. Oh, yes, when I look in the mirror, I love what I see. She's looking good. That strong, beautiful black woman, that woman is me.
Yes, 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 yes. 90.7 WTCC. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning to each and every one of you. I want to once again send my condolences out to the Roberson Goodman families on the loss of Ebony. Our prayers are certainly with you. We certainly understand and feel your pain, and we're here um, just to support you in whatever way may be needed. So, I want you to know that we're still thinking about you and we're praying for you and your family. 413 Rep your city, rep your town. Let me know where you're chiming in from. I see Birmingham, Alabama is in the house. Springfield, Massachusetts, of course. You need to be in the house. You better be in the house. You're in the house. I see you, Tyrell, in the building. New York is in the house. North Kakalaki is in the house. Good morning. London, England is in the house. New Mexico is in the house. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning to each and every one of you that are chiming in on the spoken word. 413-736-2781. Good morning, Twitter. Good morning, Facebook. Good morning, Instagram. Good morning, YouTube. Wherever you chiming in from, I wants to say a very special good morning to each and every one of you. I think I want to play. Let me play this clip, short 3 minute clip from last night at the Lift Every Voice lecture series. Kind of give you a little glimpse into what you missed if you were not there. And then we'll get into our conversation about medical tourism. Don't go nowhere. Stay with us. I don't hear anything. Here we go. Gotta be careful on this part because Facebook be turning my stuff off when they hear music that's copyrighted. So I got to be very careful. That's Diane Caldwell dancing. Yeah. Uh-huh. That's what y'all missed last night if you weren't there. Listen, Springfield, when we are highlighting the type of local talent that we have, like Brother Aaron St. Louis and Pastor J.P. Morgan, and bringing in the type of renowned voices from across America to Springfield, y'all need to come out and support. You need this. This is my couple seconds of scolding. You need to come out and support. You all spend a whole lot of time, because I hear y'all. I hear y'all in the beauty shops and the barber shops and other places where you chop it up, always complaining about what Springfield don't got, what Springfield ain't doing, Springfield ain't this, and ain't nothing happening, and then when you have the type of caliber of presentation, like a Lift Every Voice lecture series, that happens in your backyard, in the hood, right here in the field. Too many of y'all don't bother coming out to support. Too many of y'all don't bother to come out and support. And we're not bringing riffraff to the city. We are bringing people who are in high demand across the nation and the world. Okay? In case you didn't know, Teslin was just at the NAACP Image Awards, receiving an Image Award for the Netflix special Civil, where she was featured with attorney Ben Crump. Just a couple weeks ago. Okay. She's all over all of the major media outlets, black and white, conservative and liberal and progressive. MSNBC, the Griot, the Black News Channel, Fox News. She's on the Breakfast Club, kicking it with Charlemagne, on Hell of a Week, Charlemagne's show on Comedy Central, on her own podcast, Straight Shot No Chaser podcast. These are the type of people that we're bringing to the city. And when y'all stay home and don't come out and support, it's hard to stomach hearing y'all always complaining about what ain't happening in the city. It's difficult to hear. And you need to come out for more than a concert. You need to come out for more than Beyonce. Okay? You need to come out for more than comedy. You know, when we're presenting some serious information, challenging you on how to better your life and better our communities, we need to be there in support. And for far too long in this city, I know I'm taking a while to scold y'all a little bit, but you need it. And I don't say that just because, you know, I host this series, because I see it across the board, even at different venues. I remember when AIC brought Desmond Tutu to the city, to Symphony Hall. And though Symphony Hall was full, I looked and saw a sea of white faces and wondered to myself, how is it that Black people stayed home when Desmond Tutu, one of the architects along with Nelson Mandela in toppling apartheid in South Africa, how could Negroes stay home when Desmond Tutu was in the city? And I remain baffled by that. Through the years, I always remain baffled by that. Why I always hear Negroes up in the barbershops complaining about stuff. But then when it comes to supporting our community and our people and our culture, y'all act like you oblivious. Some years ago, my wife and I went to Western New England College. It's Western New England University, and I was Western New England College then. We went up to Western New England College to see the renowned, the incomparable Nikki Giovanni, poet and author extraordinaire. Again, small auditorium there, a sea of white faces. 4 black people, including me and my wife, in the whole building. 4 black people. Springfield. 4 black people to see Nikki Giovanni. Y'all stayed home for Nikki Giovanni. But then you do so much complaining about what's not happening in the city. Same thing happened. Springfield College brought the late Dick Gregory to the city. Negroes stayed home. And I'm just confused by y'all. I'm confused by y'all. Now here's the problem. If we bought Nene Leakes or somebody from Fake Housewives, I know I'm messing with y'all now. If we bought somebody from Love and Hip Hop or some other frivolous, nonsensical presentation that has no real benefit to your life or to your community or to our culture, y'all would flock to that mess. But Desmond Tutu, Dick Gregory, Nikki Giovanni, Tesla and Figaro, y'all stay home? Come on, man. Y'all have got to do better. Y'all have got to do better. For real. Good morning, baby girl. Y'all got to do better. All right, I'm done scolding y'all. I'm done scolding y'all. I'm done. That's my whooping for the day. I just thought I needed to get that out there. Y'all quiet even in the chat. Y'all quiet even in the comments. You know, we would say if we were preaching, it's quiet in here. I can't get no help in here now. If you can't, say amen, say ouch, say have mercy, but say something. Okay? Say something, because y'all know I'm telling the truth. And, if you look at the roster of the type of brilliance and talent that we have brought through to this city through the years, Dr. Jawanza Kunjufu, Tim Wise, Sister Soldier. I mean, it runs the gamut from authors to actors. Clifton Davis, rappers, Moni Love. I mean, we have brought some heavy hitters here to our city. And I, of course, I'm thankful to all of you who have come out through the years, 13 years we've been doing this, and supported. But far too many of y'all don't bother. And it's not just about the enormous talent and voices that we bring from across the nation. It's about the local and regional talent that we highlight. Because we want people to know about the hidden jewels that we have right here in our city, in our region, in our area. And we've got to do a better job of supporting our own culture, supporting our own community, supporting our own, instead of always complaining. All right. Okay, I think I'm done for real.
736-2781. The last iteration of the Lift Every Voice lecture series will take place on April 12th. April 12th. Entrepreneur, actress, clothing line, makeup line, author, Dr. Vicki Irving, who is from here, went to school here, went to college here, and has went off to make a huge career, successful career for herself. We're bringing her back home, Vicki Irving, on April 12th. So you still got a chance to come out to the last iteration of the Lift Every Voice lecture series on next month on April 12th. I want to give a shout out and a happy birthday to my big little sister, Frida Malone. I say big little sister because she's my younger sister, but she bosses everybody around. So we call her Mama Frida. So she's the big sister and little sister at the same time. So happy birthday to Mama Frida. We love you and appreciate everything you are to our family, to our community, and to our city. Also, shout out to my twin sons. Today is their birthday, Tyler and Trey Swan. How old are y'all now? You know, you're getting old when you can't remember how old your children are. I think y'all 32. Yeah, I believe y'all are 32 now. Their birthday is today, so happy birthday to the twins and to all of the March babies. 413-736-2781. So 4 Americans were kidnapped in Mexico last week. And some of our sisters and brothers, black folks, were involved in this. One of them was traveling for a medical procedure. I believe they said she was going to have a tummy tuck and brought some friends with her to a place in Mexico. Okay, my daughter is correcting me. I think you're wrong, Whitney. She said 33, but I think they're 32. That's my oldest daughter. She's trying to correct me on my son's age. No, they were born in 91, baby girl. Anyway, so there's a growing number of United States residents who, she's still correcting me. There's a growing number of United States residents who are traveling internationally to seek more affordable medical care, timely care, or even access to certain procedures and treatments that are unapproved and unavailable in the United States. So there's a two-pronged thing going on here. First of all, people are traveling internationally seeking for more affordable care. And then 2, seeking for care that's not available. And we know that the medical care system in the U.S. is broken. There's no doubt about that. No doubt about that. And so it's like, on the one hand, you want to criticize people for traveling abroad to get cheap care, but then You can't do that without criticizing the system of care in the United States that is sorely lacking. Sorely lacking. So it's a double-edged sword. It's a double-edged sword. You want people to be careful. You don't want people to shortcut. You don't want them to take risks because there's a lot of scam artists that are out there. A lot of fake doctors and folk who are botching operations and all of that kind of stuff. So you got to be very careful. But then you got to criticize the country that we live in for all of the flaws of its system. All of the flaws of its system that forces people to try to seek medical attention somewhere else. So Latavia McGee was only 33 years old. Drove to Mexico with Shaeed Woodard and Zendale Brown and Eric Williams. Took 3 brothers with her for cosmetic surgery that was scheduled to take place on a Friday. They were found after being kidnapped, their vehicle being carjacked and them being kidnapped. They were found Tuesday near the border of Matamoros, a city in Mexico. Now the sister and one of the brothers were found alive. 2 of the brothers were dead. Now the investigators are still trying to piece together what happened after they were abducted. This is a tragic case of what happens far too often when traveling internationally. I remember right before the pandemic, my brothers and I, and we have been there several times before, went to the Dominican. One of my brothers, my younger brother's 50th birthday. And we had heard all kinds of stories about things that had been happening down there, people dying of drinking the alcohol and dying, and people being abducted and that kind of stuff. And when we got down there on the resort, we were actually going to go out off resort for my brother's birthday celebration. And then we heard about a series of shootings. Matter of fact, that was the same night Big Papi, baseball player, got shot in the Dominican. And when we heard the news come across that Big Papi had got shot, we said, yeah, nah, we're not leaving this resort. We just gonna have our celebration right here on the resort. And when the vacation is over, we're going to the airport and going back home. And that's not to say that we're not in danger in America, because as we know, particularly as Black people, on any given day in any given city, something could happen to us. But this medical tourism literally takes people all over the world. Mexico, India, the Dominican, Eastern Europe. I mean, just various places across the world. And though in the big scheme of things, overall, violence against them is generally thought to be rare. But the CDC recently, the Center for Disease Control and Prevention, recently warned Americans about risks, not only about the risk of potential violence, but about the risks around the quality of care, about infection control, communication challenges with medical staff, language barriers, those types of things. They said it's a serious risk when you travel abroad to have significant or elective surgery. And of course, we know that people opt to do that because of lower costs and easier access. Lower costs and easier access. They travel abroad because in America, there's a longer waiting time. You got wait lists. You got other reasons why they can't get treatment quickly. So they explore their options outside the United States. Price tag, access, availability, timelines, all of that kind of stuff. And the reality is, the U.S. healthcare system is expensive. And that's even for people with insurance. We're not talking about people that don't have insurance or people that are underinsured. That's even for people with insurance. You got high deductibles, you got a high out-of-pocket costs that aren't covered by insurance. So people look based on price for what's available in other destinations. So the most common procedures that prompt these types of trips are things like dental care. It's not all about cosmetic surgery, y'all. People travel abroad for dental care because dental care is so high in the U.S. Dental care, surgery. I'm talking about major surgeries, cosmetic surgery, fertility treatments. They travel abroad for organ and tissue transplants. They travel abroad for cancer treatment because it's so expensive in the U.S. So Mexico, Costa Rica, places like that, they go for dental and cosmetic surgery. Certain countries have specialties. Singapore, there's stem cell and oncology. A lot of people who have cancer will go to Singapore. In India and other places, hip and knee surgeries, people go. In Eastern Europe, in parts of the UK, people go to Hungary, Croatia, Turkey for everything from dental to light cosmetic surgery. So people are traveling to these places where they specialize in these various procedures. In Mexico, it's the second most popular destination for medical tourism globally. Huge draw in Mexico for people across the world to go for surgical procedures. They estimate that anywhere between 1.5 to 3 million people go to Mexico every year to take advantage of inexpensive treatments. Think about that. Up to 3 million people every year for medical treatment. They say that on average, Americans can save 40 to 60%. 40 to 60%. Think about that. Think about that. If you need a procedure that's going to cost you $10,000 in the US, but you can get it for $4,000 in Mexico, are you going? That's the decision that many people are faced with. And they opt to take the chance. They opt to take the risk, regardless of the complexities, regardless of the dangers. Most people feel like that's not going to happen to me. It's not going to happen to me. The danger of the quality of care, the danger of bad outcomes, the danger of infection, the danger of botched procedures, all of that. A lot of people are willing to take the risk. And so I just ask that as any of you or family members or whatever are considering these things, to please keep these things in mind. And once again, it's hard to scold people when we have so many issues with the system here in America, with the availability, accessibility, cost, all of that, timelines, all of that, insurance coverages. When we have such issues with the system here, it's hard to scold people for seeking alternatives. I mean, you literally have cancer patients that can't get certain treatments in the US, that have to go elsewhere to continue to receive treatment. Or you have alternative treatments that aren't approved here, that have been proven to be effective, that are offered somewhere else, but that aren't even offered here. And when it comes to life and death, people are willing to take the risk. So I think the first step is there needs to be a complete restructuring of the medical system in America. And maybe people wouldn't be seeking medical attention elsewhere if they could get proper treatment here in America. Think about that for a minute. We're supposed to be the most advanced nation, but probably have one of the worst medical systems that exists for a nation that is supposed to be of the caliber of the United States. And something needs to be done. Something needs to be done. I'm going to play portions of a sermon that I preached a while ago, and I hope it'll inspire you in terms of when we're talking about health and well-being. I hope it'll inspire you in some kind of way, because there are certain things that we can do to take care of ourselves, to try to avoid being in the position of having to seek some type of alternative medical care somewhere else. Sometimes it's unavoidable, but there are times when certain things can be prevented. Um, you really need to get this message in its entirety. Um, I I titled this message "Positioned by the Pool." Take a listen in. All right, well, I got to move out your way. I understand there was some technical difficulties on Facebook with hearing the stream. I don't know why it went out. But in any case, listen, check me out on Monday. I will be back with you on the spoken word on Monday at 9 o'clock a.m., the same time, same bat station. If you're looking for a place to worship, check us out at the Spring of Hope Church of God in Christ, 35 Alden Street, Springfield, Massachusetts, 11 o'clock a.m. on Sunday. Prayer, praise, and preaching is going to take place. You want to be a part of the worship experience. It's always my pleasure being with you. Don Felton is coming up next with mid-morning jazz and great black music. He's going to make it personal just for you. I'll see y'all on Monday. Until the next time, I talk to you and you talk to me. Always remember, God loves you, and so do I. Peace and blessings.
How you doing today, sir?
I'm good. You?
Oh, can't complain.